Imagine stepping into your backyard at sunrise, where nothing you see came from a store. The fence glowing like frosted glass? Just yesterday's bottles, cut into blossoms that catch the first light of the day. Imagine halos made from old bike rims rising from the soil. Vines weaving through each circle like they were always meant to be together. Imagine a mosaic mirror panel quietly reflecting strawberries, herbs, and moving clouds, making a tiny space feel like a European courtyard tucked behind an old stone house. Imagine crates overflowing with rosemary and lettuce, wicker baskets swaying like a soft herb curtain, and terracotta pots spilling flowers like a warm whisper of summer. In the next few minutes, you'll see 10 fences built from trash. Each one edible, magical, practical, and capable of turning even the smallest yard into a storybook corner. Welcome back to Backyard Fortune, the place where trash is never just trash. It's the beginning of tiny miracles, edible fences, courtyard borders, and quiet moments of beauty that make a backyard feel alive. If you love upcycling, edible microgardens, and little corners that feel like they belong in an old European storybook, make sure you hit subscribe and stay with this series. And if even one idea in this video sparks something in your heart, please share this video to your WhatsApp groups and Facebook feed, so more garden lovers around the world can dream with us. For everyone who shares, likes, or simply watches with kindness, I wish you long life, peaceful days, and a backyard filled with gentle magic. One, Bottle Blossom Storybook Fence. Imagine walking into a small backyard just as the early light slips gently across the leaves. At the edge of the garden, a soft glow rises, quiet, delicate, like a cluster of blossoms made from morning light itself. But as you step closer, you find no glass, no crystal, no store-bought decor. Only old bottles, once forgotten, now shaped into petals that hold the sun the way memories hold warmth. Each bloom carries a whisper of color. A clear bottle turned pale lavender, a green one glowing like sage after rain, a soft coral petal catching golden hour as if it remembers summer evenings. Together they lift from the soil as a gentle fence, guiding strawberries, thyme, and young basil along the path. The wind moves through them with a faint rustle, the sound of rebirth, of objects learning how to bloom again. In this humble border, nothing asks to impress. Everything simply is light, color, repurposed fragments, and the hope that small things can be transformed into gentle beauty. You might feel something shift inside you, softly, like memory or healing or the first spark of an idea beginning to grow. And as you walk past these glowing petals, the garden invites you toward the next quiet miracle waiting just ahead. Two, Vintage Bike Rim Halo Fence. Imagine walking along a quiet garden path where the morning light drifts softly across the soil. Ahead of you, a row of circular shapes rises from the earth, simple at first, almost invisible, until the sunlight touches them just right. In that moment, the circles glow like halos suspended between the world of metal and the world of growing things. These are old bike rims, once turning down forgotten streets, carrying stories of rain, dust, laughter, and travel. Now they stand side by side, weather-worn but patient, finding a second life as a fence that doesn't try to contain the garden, but rather invites it to bloom through its empty spaces. Vines lace themselves through each circle, morning glories, beans, herbs with tiny tendrils searching for something to hold. They weave through the spokes like threads in a tapestry, softening the steel into living wreaths that shift gently in the breeze. Small jars or terracotta pots hang from a few rims, holding candles, mint sprigs, or tiny flowers that sway with each breath of wind. There is beauty here in the repetition, the rust, the quiet rise of life around metal that once knew motion. It reminds you that the garden doesn't forget. It welcomes everything, steel, soil, shadow, and sunlight, into its gentle rhythm. And as you step past these living halos, another idea waits further along the path, ready to unfold its quiet magic. Three, Mosaic Mirror Fruit Courtyard Panel. Imagine reaching the far end of a small garden, where the sunlight begins to soften into a warm, gentle glow. There, against an old wooden fence, stands a single shimmering panel, quiet, humble, yet somehow luminous. At first glance, it looks like a window to another world. But as you come closer, you notice the pieces tell a different story. Fragments of mirrors, chipped ceramics, broken tiles, each one holding a memory of something once useful, once cherished. Together they form an imperfect mosaic, a patchwork of reflections that catch the day in soft glimmers. As the light moves, leaves flicker across the mirrored bits, herbs cast shifting shadows, and your own silhouette passes like a whisper against the surface. Hanging baskets overflow with strawberries, basil, and cherry tomatoes, their colors deepening as the mosaic quietly returns warmth toward them. Lavender hums softly with bees around the base, adding a gentle thrum to the air. There is beauty in the cracked edges, the uneven patterns, the way broken pieces can still gather light. This panel becomes more than decor. It becomes a pause, a breath, a reminder that imperfection can be luminous if given space to shine. And as you step back, watching the reflections soften into afternoon gold, another idea waits around the next corner, ready to unfold its quiet charm. Four, rustic crate pantry wall fence. Imagine wandering into a quiet corner of the garden, a place where the air feels softer, almost like a pause between breaths. There, stacked gently against the fence, rises a wall not built from stone or brick, but from old wooden crates, each one softened by time and touched by seasons long forgotten. The crates lean into one another like old friends, their surfaces marked by faded stains, weathered knots, and tiny imperfections that whisper stories of markets, orchards, and journeys through busy hands. But here, under open sky, they have learned a new purpose. Rosemary reaches from a high crate, brushing the warm air with its comforting scent. Below it, lettuce unfurls in gentle layers of green, cool and crisp like early morning. Further down, strawberries spill from a sideways box, red, bright, and glowing like treasures hiding in plain sight. Some crates catch the sunlight fully, while others cradle seedlings in soft shade, creating a rhythm of light and shadow across the wall. Moss gathers quietly around the edges, a reminder that nature loves imperfect things, and time leans forward as if greeting anyone who wanders close. Standing before this pantry wall feels like standing before a living archive, a place where food, fragrance, memory, and humble materials weave themselves together. And as you step back, the crates form a gentle silhouette against the garden, inviting you toward the next idea waiting just beyond the path. Five, wicker basket herb curtain. Imagine walking along a wooden garden fence just as a soft breeze drifts through the yard. Something gentle sways ahead of you, familiar yet unexpected. As you move closer, you find a row of old wicker baskets, each one weathered by years of carrying fruit, bread, and stories from another time. Now they hang like a curtain of memories, holding not goods but life itself. The woven textures catch the sunlight in warm, uneven patterns. Mint rises with a cool, crisp scent that feels like morning air. Basil stretches outward, its leaves soft and bright, carrying the warmth of the afternoon. Cherry tomatoes spill gently over a wider basket, glowing like tiny lanterns. A trailing thyme plant drapes downward, brushing the fence with soft green threads that sway like whispered secrets. When the wind moves through, the baskets rock lightly, almost humming a familiar rhythm, like the quiet heartbeat of the garden. Birds pause on the rims, testing the air before fluttering on their way. Sunlight filters through the gaps in the weave, creating patterns on the ground that resemble pages from a story written in shadow and gold. Standing before this herb curtain feels like standing inside a memory, warm, fragrant, lived in. And as you continue down the path, its gentle movement invites you toward the next idea, waiting just beyond the turn of the garden. Six, clay pot bounty border. Imagine walking along a garden path warmed by the late afternoon sun. At your feet, rows of old clay pots form a gentle border, some upright and steady, others tilted playfully as if whispering secrets to the soil. The terracotta glows softly, holding warmth gathered from the day, releasing it back into the air like a slow, comforting sigh. Each pot carries a memory, some cracked at the rim from seasons of planting, some stained with the marks of rain and earth, some smooth, others worn by countless hands. Together, they create a rhythm of curves and warm tones that lead you forward as though guiding you with a quiet, earthy melody. Strawberries spill over the edges like clusters of tiny red jewels. Trailing thyme flows from a sideways pot, cascading like a soft green waterfall. Marigolds stand proudly, their petals glowing gold against the clay. Moss gathers around the bases, blurring the boundary between pot and earth until they seem to belong to the soil itself. There is nothing rigid here, just harmony in imperfection, a border shaped by memory, warmth, and slow-growing life. This humble line of pots becomes more than decoration. It becomes a threshold, an invitation to slow your steps and notice the small details that make a garden feel alive. And as you move on, the terracotta warmth follows quietly, leading you toward the next idea waiting deeper in the garden. Seven, tin can pocket trellis fence. Imagine following a wooden garden path and noticing a line of tiny metal pockets dancing softly in the breeze. At first, they seem like simple cans, dented, scratched, painted by time. But as the light moves across them, a quiet charm reveals itself. Each tin can hangs gently along the trellis, transformed from something forgotten into a small cradle of life. Soft pastel colors, mint, buttercream, rose pink, pale blue, cling to every curve. The paint doesn't hide imperfections, It celebrates them, turning each dent into character, each scratch into a story. Inside these humble vessels, herbs and flowers burst with quiet determination. Time spills over a rim like whispering green lace. Marigolds brighten the air with their warm golden glow. Delicate peas send tiny tendrils upward, eager to climb into the morning light. And in a few cans, small strawberries blush red, sweet and unexpected, like tiny treasures tucked into metal hearts. When the breeze passes, the cans sway lightly and create a soft clinking rhythm, blending with the rustle of leaves and distant birdsong. The trellis behind them becomes more than structure. It becomes a stage where the smallest plants perform their slow, hopeful dance. Standing before this pocket trellis feels like discovering kindness in its simplest form, proof that beauty often grows in the quiet corners where we least expect it. And just ahead, the garden prepares another gentle surprise. 8. Wooden spoon and cutting board character fence. Imagine stepping into a small corner of the garden where the boundary doesn't feel like a fence at all, but like the first page of an old children's story. Along the soil, wooden spoons and old cutting boards stand gently upright, each one worn, each one carrying the marks of meals shared, hands that cooked with love, and moments that linger softly in the past. Their surfaces hold carved smiles and hand-painted petals. Some spoons blush with soft pastel cheeks. Others wear tiny crowns of dried flowers, as if playing characters in a quiet garden tale. A cutting board leans slightly forward, holding a miniature pot of mint from a small hook, swaying as though greeting anyone who wanders close. The sunlight warms the grain of the wood, deepening the textures, revealing scratches that have become part of their charm. Around their feet, rosemary and thyme breathe out gentle fragrance, creating a sense of belonging between kitchen memories and garden life. Butterflies pause briefly on the wooden tops before fluttering into the air again, as if checking on these little characters who now stand watch over the herbs. There is something honest here, something playful, soft, and unexpectedly comforting. A reminder that beauty often begins with small, simple things that never ask to be noticed. And as you walk past this whimsical village of wooden faces, the garden invites you toward the next quiet wonder awaiting just around the corner. Nine. Fabric and suitcase tapestry fence. Imagine arriving at the quietest corner of the garden, a place where the air feels softer, where footsteps slow without trying. Along the fence, pieces of old fabric flutter gently, catching the breeze like pages from unwritten stories. Floral prints kissed by sunlight, faded paisley patterns softened by years, linen worn smooth by countless washes, they sway together in a gentle, fluttering harmony. Below them, vintage suitcases sit slightly open, their once sturdy edges now mellowed by time. Their interiors, once filled with clothes and memories of distant journeys, now cradle life in a new form. Basil rises confidently from a corner pocket. Kale spreads its textured leaves over a faded lining. Tiny strawberries nestle near the seams like hidden treasures rediscovering the light. The fabric above casts dancing shadows across the plants, turning the fence into something warm and familiar, almost like a memory you can walk into. Lavender drifts through the air, mingling with the scent of the herbs below. Nothing here tries to impress. Everything simply lives, softly, tenderly, with a quiet dignity that only reused things seem to carry. Standing in this corner feels like stepping into a small world stitched together from past and present. And as the breeze moves the fabric once more, the garden guides you gently toward the final idea waiting ahead. 10. Ladder herb mirror wall. Imagine turning into a forgotten corner of the garden, a place that rarely catches the eye. But today, something unusual waits there. An old wooden ladder leans softly against the fence, no longer a tool of height and hard work, but a gentle frame for life to rise again. Behind it, pieces of mirror and chipped ceramic shimmer in scattered shapes, catching just enough sunlight to cast tiny glimmers across the herbs below. Clay pots rest on each rung, each one holding a quiet burst of green, rosemary lifting its scent like warm breath, thyme unfolding into delicate layers, basil stretching its leaves toward the broken reflections. As the day shifts, the mosaic behind them changes too, sometimes bright, sometimes muted, always alive with subtle light. Shadows ripple across the cracked tiles, creating patterns that feel both ancient and familiar. The ladder, with its scratches and softened wood, stands as a reminder that even worn things can guide new growth. The herbs sway gently when the breeze arrives, their movement blending with the soft shimmer of mirrors and the warmth of the afternoon air. There is stillness here, yet also possibility, like a garden corner learning to dream again. And as you step back and watch reflections dissolve into golden softness, the story of this quiet wall becomes one more thread in the tapestry of the garden. If even one of these fences made you pause, smile, or imagine something new for your home, don't let it stay on the screen. Look around, your bottles, your crates, your broken pots. They're all waiting for a second life. Tell me in the comments which design you'd start with first. Or share your own twist so our backyard fortune family can learn from you too. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and send this video to a friend who thinks their yard is too small or too messy to be beautiful. Until next time, keep planting hope, keep seeing beauty where others see trash, and may your days be long, healthy, and filled with quiet garden magic.